Got moved. Okay. For those of you who would like one, we still have more of the booklets up here. As my wife pointed out to me, they say different stuff than is on the screen. So that's kind of on purpose, but it got a little confusing the first week. So you can either use these at home or use them to amplify your discussions at your table if you want one. We're, of course, working our way through the different petitions of the Lord's Prayer. And last week we ended up with, I believe we ended up with the forgive us our trespasses, okay? So we're going to start off, of course, today with lead us not into temptation. I've been really impressed with the quality of the conversations at the tables and the prayers we've been having. It's amazing what the Lord's been bringing out in your different conversations, and they're really different from table to table as I travel around and listen to y'all. So we're going to get us started with lead us not into temptation. The first thing I want to draw your attention to is that as Jesus teaches his disciples this prayer, he says this immediately after. This is in the Gospel of Matthew. He gets baptized, and the Holy Spirit, it says, drives him into the wilderness. And what does he get after 40 days of fasting? He gets temptation. He's going to fight with the devil, right? He's going to have that arm wrestling match with him. So what is he saying to his disciples when he teaches them to pray this way? He's basically saying, ask God not to do to you what he just did to me. So why? Why would he want us to pray to be led differently by the same Spirit that led him? So something to think about for your table discussion. And the word temptation. Temptation is not the same thing as sin. It's not. It's the occasion for sin. It's a moment of crisis. It's a moment of decision. What sort of occasions for sin does our culture present to us daily that we might ask to be delivered from? Maybe it's not culture. Maybe it's your life in particular. Maybe it's something going on at your workplace or in your family or your neighborhood. The idea here is to kind of get a little granular and look at the nature of these things ourselves. You might also want to talk about what helps you in the midst of temptation. What are the things that help you keep to the path God has outlined for us? So, all right, have fun, discuss. I feel like I should learn that. What was the name of that thing on Saturday Night Live with Mike Myers? Discuss. You know?
Yeah.
Coffee talk, that's what it was. Yeah, that's it. So if you guys want to join the discussion, you're welcome. There's plenty of seats at this table if you'd like to join in. If you would like to, I think looks like my wife left a room at that table if you want to join the other youth your own age. You can stay with your dad, or you could just hang out and draw. You might want to talk with the other kids who like to draw, though. They might have stuff to share with you. And for those of you joining us online, so that you can think a little bit more about these discussions, I'm going to change up our sheet here so you can see what everyone is seeing on the screen a little more clearly. You'll see that in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. This is a time where we are going to have discussions at table. So encourage you to spend a little time reflecting on these in your own prayer life. I'm also going to give you, after a few minutes of quiet, I'm going to come back and read what's in that little booklet that I showed off to everybody just a minute ago, and so you'll have some more things to think about.
She's quiet, so she may just go off, but let's listen. Okay. Sorry. We discussed.
Why God lead us into temptation? No, that's why should you ask because we might make the wrong choice. So she said that the church should have a cake.
Not a big deal.
I'm very specific about don'ts. Don'ts. Very specific.
Well, that's what they say.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Instead of giving them food, you should give them something that is.
Give up your time for something.
There's a new one out now.
Well,
Way before that, how some of the programs was changing and nobody.
gossip.
Really? Yeah.
Yes.
I think sometimes I'm very lucky that I don't have more crises in my life.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I don't like drama. I don't like that crisis. I like calm. But I feel fortunate that that's the way it is most of the time.
Has to do with other people. Young alone. That's the biggest temptation.
Temptation, rest. I'm not sure, so I won't do anything. I'll not take any steps.
You know what? Let's do it like 10. And then it's like 5.
And then it's 9 o'clock and you're done eating.
I'll pray go to sleep. That's,
Tomorrow.
yeah, tomorrow. So, that's
Yeah. And sometimes I do think about, like, video or whatever, and I'm like, you spend this much time on other things. I don't know, like, this much time I just doing this.
When you're driving on the street.
Sometimes I feel guilty that I don't pay more attention because I miss things that are happening in friends' lives, relatives' lives. Don't.
For those of you joining us online, a couple more questions that might help you. So one of the things that's in the little book is, why would God lead us into temptation? And why should we ask not to be led in that way? Kind of an echo of what we've already set up on the screen. What temptations do you find most common in your own personal life? It's good to know what our besetting sins are and how we might better combat them. And one thing we ask after every petition is, why do I personally need this part of God's prayer, Jesus' prayer? Personally for you, what's the application right now for this section of the prayer? And of course, it helps to do what we're actually doing here in class. We hadn't mentioned it a little before. We will be having people actually writing prayers at table. This prayer is both the prayer we are to memorize, but it's an example of prayer for us as Christians. And we want to make sure that we're learning to pray from it as well as praying the actual words of the Lord's Prayer. So offer that for your reflection, and we will be continuing our own conversations here in the room in just a few minutes. We're going to move on to the next petition.
She came home and said, "Mom,
Neighbor and my friend are kind of like out now because she always in my
Yeah. And Karen, you Girl Scouts. I think that's why I agree with some of the bush. Because I remember Karen being there, but I think it was Girl Scouts.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You didn't go to school here? Yeah,
I'm older than her. I'm Cindy's age.
how?
I'm your Cindy's age.
Because we were trying to figure that out, but at that
No, and plus she married Wayne.
yeah. Oh, my dad was. Yeah.
You know, right? The chances are small.
Yeah, that's,
yeah, it's expensive. You know, you have a kid and all this, and you have to donate this.
why do you personally need this part of Jesus' prayer? Lead us not into temptation. Oh, leadership. Yes, yeah. I think that's human nature, right? Yeah.
And not being led off the path that he has for us. You know, that's one of the things I pray for. Do what you want to do. I don't know.
mean, she's just a doctor on the kids or children or
Because isn't that right out of the Bible where,
yeah.
Adam and Eve were tempted?
That was the original sin, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's,
But then with all the social media and everything, they'll video you and everything. I mean, you know, and you start getting issues at work, people who do that, we're doing that.
Okay, for those of you joining us online, we're getting ready to switch to the next petition. You're going to get to see it before the people here in the room are, but this way you can see it as I pop these things up.
it's definitely not.
Let's wait for a thought to come. Lead my hand.
Give you about another minute or two to wrap up the temptation thing, then we're going to go on to the next petition.
Cats and dogs.
Can you hold it up so I can see it?
You're good.
I have to say, I like that this thing about temptation is causing so much laughter around the room. That's good.
Very nice.
The Lord's Prayer.
Calmly, in a sense of wellness.
Yeah.
It's a hard balance.
I don't want to attack the person, you're attacking the thought. You know, and I'll have a different thought than what
I just listened to that point secularism of our culture. People are more unhappy Yeah.
Carrots? No, Tracy Morgan. Tracy.
he doesn't want to discuss it. His opinion is that the,
And then it grows up.
Was it?
Like a wild cat.
that's a hard thing. I'm not, in my opinion.
It's not just a break.
She said years ago.
Every move.
She said something across the street. It's not that we talk a lot, but we talk sort of probably.
And the kid, there's someone on our screen.
He was supposed to be taking just something
We're
over.
laughing. My God. Screen saver.
Yeah, what it was.
Walking in.
But she, oh, no, she's very open. And they always, when we lived in,
Outdoor
when we moved in, there was
Or
a
over
lot
the
of
fire.
street houses up for sale, so for the three pieces we did, that's our two people, three. They had a street to get the notice and everything. And she's told us that they were gay, and
Okay, we're going to at least, you don't have to change your conversations, but I do want to at least introduce the next petition. Deliver us from evil, but deliver us from evil. So we actively ask God again and again to deliver or rescue us from the sins we do again and again daily. So rescue often looks like forgiveness in the context of our relationship with God. We're asking for deliverance in this particular moment from these particular evils in our lives, but in terms of the eternal consequences, it always looks like forgiveness. Again, this piece, I don't know why it says us, it should, that's wrong. Sorry about that. Ignore that, that's apparently a lingering thing for the other page. Evil, though. We are asking God to forgive us in these are all wrong. Sorry, these all got screwed up. So I'm going to pay attention to the white words and not the yellow ones. I don't know how this got screwed up. Us. Just like at the beginning of the prayer where we say, Our Father, we're always praying for the deliverance of all God's people, right? Never just ourselves personally and not other people. So there's always a corporate element to our relationship with God and this pray for rescue. And the thing about evil, which is really interesting, is if I remember the Greek word right, I think it's plerumos, but I may be wrong about that. The word evil here can equally be translated as evil one. And a couple people have asked me about that because they'll hear me say that because I'm wearing a microphone on Sunday mornings, and I'll say, deliver us from the evil one. There are Christian traditions that pray it that way in church. It's impossible to know which it means. Evil seems like a sort of nameless, faceless force. The evil one puts a face on it. So one of the questions that I have in the little booklet is, have you ever felt like behind the temptations you're dealing with, there's a personal force of evil? Not a generic sort of evils at work in the world, but there's a personal force targeting you. Obviously, I have a very good friend who's an exorcist, and he would affirm that those things do exist. It's not always the case that everything you deal with, there's a personal form of evil behind it, because evil's at work in the world too. But something to think about in your own life. Have you ever had that experience? And when you're asking for deliverance from it, you're actually asking for rescue from an enemy who really wants bad things for you. So, okay, back to your tables.
Deliver us from the general evil and
And she said, but now, she said, I don't go near it because she said, it's just wow.
Basically said, we're asking for rescue for our sin.
But she said she feels strong. There's no way I would ever do that because just the beauty and the and everything. And she said, that's not what Lena and I are trying to do with each other.
I mean, I think like
That's all there is to
stealing,
it.
you know,
Right.
murder,
That would feel strong enough to, you know.
yeah, but the little ones are tough.
The little white lies.
Yeah, judgment, you know, that's the harder ones.
I could care less who you know.
But also things that come at us,
What's the difference? I don't have to.
you know.
Yeah.
Especially like the next question when it talks about the evil one. Things that are really trying to disrail us.
Not that you don't want to know. You know, it's fine. I don't care.
Although I do.
You know, I don't care. I really don't care. If you're nice to me, that's all I care about. What kind of person are you? You know, are you? The same thing. Dustin, Dustin.
So here's a question.
Yeah, you know.
Say you're in a situation where somebody's talking against someone. So, speak your mind, or do you just let them go off and have their days because it's not causing them looking for ways?
That's hard.
I know, because I know what I know what don't you think you see it?
You generally.
I'm torn. What?
One time I gave, and the last thing, one time I gave.
Oh, they're not.
So they're saying something bad about somebody else.
Yeah.
So do you stand up for the person they're talking about?
Yeah, or just try to give them a different point of view or whatever, but you know what person's wrong.
I was there 2 years.
So, do you
Yeah,
do
when I left,
that, or
after
do
I
you just
left.
let them have their day? Or just, like they said, go with one ear and out the other. I don't know.
I don't like conflicts.
Neither do I.
I'm a peacemaker.
What do you always call me? A peacemaker. Oh, she has one.
I don't like conflicts. And the reason probably that you, because I was in a mental. I never knew. I don't like it. But on the way down, how can you, somebody bad, somebody who's not there.
And then, Jen,
Say, you know, maybe they're having a bad day, maybe they're nervous about me, or give them a second chance, or think about it. Not hard against that person. Probably would.
Give them a different.
Yeah. But at least you're not
Not being
Okay, for those of you online, you can actually see what I just read now, so sorry about the mistake with that.
You just can't do
Oh, okay.
when she's done, you're.
All set? Stuff, man. Looking forward to hearing it. What's that? Oh yeah, drum set's always out, even if you're not electronic. There's a lot to do. I gotta say, those are lighter though. I used to carry my brother's set around for him and set it up. Yeah. Well, in a way we would, because we would need to do it so they could hear it online. So online though, the streaming service, yeah. Yeah, in that room there wouldn't be any problem hearing acoustic drums, no. We'll get it all set up. We'll do that tonight. That's the cartoon style?
Yeah. That's what it's used to.
Yeah, it'll work. Okay. Take about 3-4 minutes, wrap up your conversation. Don't forget your prayers. See what the Lord's inspiring you to pray tonight. I've been floating around hearing good snippets. I think it's going to be awesome. Sorry for those of you online listening to us talk about drums. We're going to have a drummer now joining our praise band, so we're going to set them all up after the worship service tonight.
It might be. Last, check.
Anything else besides that?
We'll let you know.
Okay, about 2 more minutes to finish up your prayers. Then we'll take a short transition over to worship. Those of you joining us at home, I'll take this moment to turn off the screen, and we'll have a little blank, and then we'll kick it back on with worship just around